You know what's really offensive? I just hate when I go to the beach and I see women in swimsuits. Like, cover these women up. What is this? Seeing fit, thin women showing off, it's just not fair to the rest of us women out there. Maybe I can make something up about how it's appealing to the male gaze and heteronormative patriarchal society so I can pretend to sound smart or something when I'm really just insecure and offended. Okay, obviously that was a joke. I would never want to actually be a woman. Like, ugh, gross. Okay, the gross thing was a joke too, all right? Nobody get mad. Let's actually talk about, let's talk about some serious business. It's serious time now, because this is actually a thing going on in discourse right now. In this tweet, for example, that early this morning already has over 500,000 views, talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake, well, specifically Rebirth, but Character artwork designer Roberto Ferrari commenting on restrictions placed on him by Square Enix for the swimsuit outfits that he was taking part in designing. He said, I tried a lot of different kind of designs for Tifa's swimsuit, but getting any of them approved was a real challenge. Since players can view the characters from all sorts of angles in the game, we had to keep certain things in check and not overemphasize her feminine figure. In the end, we settled on this design. Wow, yeah, a character having a feminine figure. We gotta be careful with that, guys. We gotta be careful not to offend anyone. Hey, BlackRock. Hey, Vanguard. Hey, Larry Fink Daddy. How many ESG points did I get for that one? I'm on the good list, right? Now, I gotta say, as someone that lives in an area that generally has hot weather, this outfit on the bottom, to me, this looks like something you'd see someone wearing in general. This isn't like it doesn't look like a beach outfit to me, but the one on the left obviously does. And like, even with the restrictions, this did come out as a nice outfit, but even still, it doesn't make the restrictions that they place on their artists like any less bizarre. There's one more thing to point out really quick too. It looks like Roberto may have worked only on the Majestic Glamour beachwear outfit, the one that is, less revealing right there. Because the second comment from the artist Mitsuhara Fushi says, I wanted to bring out her cuteness and charm, so I put some careful thought into the shape of the frills and the flower-shaped ribbon. Tifa really does look good in anything, and that's clearly referring to the Shining Spirit beachwear outfit. Similar thing going on here. So we've got two outfits. One is actually cut off at the top, but you can clearly see that's a different outfit than the rest that we can see here on the right-hand side. And we got two comments. Again, we have Roberto talking about the restrictions that were placed on him. He said, this swimsuit design was drawn in response to a request to conceal her feminine curves as much as possible. And again, that might be referring specifically to the outfit at the top that unfortunately does get cut off, and I haven't been able to find the full picture. But nevertheless, these restrictions are truly bizarre, like I said before. Like, hey, do a swimsuit, but be sure you cover up those feminine curves as much as possible. I completely understand that they wanted multiple outfits here. One that's like more of a normal swimsuit for like going in the water, and another one that's more covered up but like casual beachwear. And that's fine. Again, I don't have a problem with that. Multiple outfits, cool. Look, I'm a big Bleach fan. Kubo's the GOAT at making multiple outfits. I think it's cool when characters have a variety of outfits. The problem is the phrasing. That whole thing, once again, of like, hide her feminine curves as much as possible. That's such a weird way of putting it. That's like complete DEI speak. And then we got Cloud. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of the really long shorts. That's so long, bro. I wear shorts that are like 1/3 that length. But we'll take a look at the comment. Roberto Ferrari says, the swimsuits worn by Cloud and the other characters were drawn in ways that didn't overly emphasize their figures. This was done in accordance with ethical guidelines. Yes, the ethics of restricting our characters' comfort to the weird sensibilities of BlackRock or whatever. Yeah, excuse me while I roll my eyes. So one more time. This was done in accordance with ethical guidelines and internal feedback. And again, I'll point out, I think he's referring to an outfit that gets cut off. Maybe it's the Loveless costume there at the bottom. Because the comment made by Ichio Takami says, I remember making the request that Cloud wear shorts as a nod to Zack's appearance in Costa del Sol from Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. So that might be referring only to the Wild Surf beachwear. Roberto's may be referring to something else. Again, it's kind of unclear. There's like implications. Make of it what you will. It would definitely help if I had full access to the digital art book, but I don't. So, I got to make do with what I got here. But nevertheless, the comments from Roberto and the restrictions placed on Roberto at the very least, once again, weird stuff. Let me know what you think about all that, though. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.